the crossbar. Goal! And the Giants flipped off the goal team. Switch to left field and down for a base hit.
Hunterdon Central is going to win the state finals here tonight.
Mark it on the board. Touchdown, Red Devils. On the deflection. On the deflection. Hunterdon Central.
Welcome to HETV, Hunterdon Central Lady Devils basketball here tonight from the Fieldhouse. Tyler Rodriguez, courtside, joined live with head coach Jim Casertano. Coach, you guys had an amazing win on Saturday to honor an amazing figure that not only was a well-known figure here at Hunterdon Central, but both in the school where I went and that you still teach at. What did that mean for you guys to get that win after a tough loss on Thursday?
Yeah, honestly, it meant everything. And like I told the girls before the game, sometimes in sports you have moments that are just bigger than the sport, and that was one of them. So it was a great way to get the win and honor his name in our memory.
And now, without Bethany Ramos tonight, your leading scorer, what's going to be some changes we're going to see out there on the floor to help compensate for that?
Honestly, there's no big change. I just told everyone's just got to do the same thing they've been doing and just be patient on offense and not take a good shot, take a great shot.
And this is a team, a smaller school, not a school you normally play, but I believe has connections with your old head coach, so it's going to be an interesting game tonight. What do you expect to look forward for in your opponents tonight?
Yeah, it's a cool little setup we got this year, and hopefully we can keep it going and continue in the future. They have one amazing player, number two, so obviously we got to take care of business and play for ourselves, but we're going to focus on stopping her as well.
Coach, thank you and good luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome. Thank you, Tyler, for that amazing interview with Coach Casertano. For the pregame tonight, it'll be Middlesex against Hunterdon Central Red Devils. That's the Blue Jays, Middlesex. So it's a big game tonight. Hunterdon Central's coming off of a win against, it was Old Bridge on Saturday. A lot of energy there for the Mr. B Memorial Game. Mr. B was an amazing supporter of all girls sports, and we will come right back after this awaited Star Spangled Banner. All right, so that was the Star Spangled Banner right before we announced the starting lineup tonight. And it will be the Blue Jays first, Middlesex. Number 2, Jessica Devine for Blue Sox. Number 4, that is Lexi Demeter. And then number 1, Alyssa Young. And number 20, McKenna Healy. And number 23, Madison. Apologies, that was Jacqueline DeShields. Now we got Hunterdon Central's starting lineup. A lot of energy from the crowd, the cheerleaders in the side line. First off, number 2, Nikki Constantini. Number 3, Jasmine Rovalski. She is a senior this year and will be continuing on to play at Seton Hall. And then we have Katie Schwartz on the lineup, a freshman this year. Super impressive work from her and then her brother as well. And then Maggie Scally, number 24, the junior. And then finally, Bree Mastriano, number 35, the senior this year, playing her last 3 years on varsity. Okay, so Mariah, let me in on a bit of past sporting events this week. I know you really do keep track with them. What has been happening at Hunterdon Central?
Well, recently North Unified fell to Hunterdon Central 50-22 in basketball. Pretty impressive.
You know, big things from our unified basketball team here at Hunterdon Central. We see them in the field house quite often playing games, but they also do travel to away games quite often. So impressive work from that team, 50-22. 22. We'll just keep it at that. You know, great team, great energy from them. Always love the home games here at the field house.
A 28-point difference is huge. A great team effort by Hunterdon Central, reducing their chances of scoring. Way to go on capitalizing on that lead.
Yes, absolutely. Some hard work does 100% play off. Now we're waiting the start of the game. It's going to be Bree Mastriano against number 20, Jacqueline DeVore. No, apologies, not number 20. That's for our team. McKenna Healy. Jez Rovalski steals it right away, sets it up to Maggie Scally. Maggie Scally to Katie Schwartz, Nikki Constantini, Bree Mastriano right into the middle to Maggie Scally. She goes up for a shot. Bree Mastriano with the rebound. And in the middle to Katie Schwartz, and that is a layup right there. 2 points to nil for Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
Great job by Katie Schwartz being a freshman on varsity. There's a lot of pressure, and getting a layup early in the game will definitely relieve that.
You know, one thing I talked about with Coach Casertano last week was how strong this team is on the younger side. Lots of younger players for Hunterdon Central, really just building a new team from the start for this Red Devils team this year.
Hunterdon Central is currently trailing Middlesex by 1 point as they shot a 3 from the arc.
And then Jez Rovalski goes for a 3. She makes it. That's 3 points right there as the ref points out.
So it's now 5-3 Hunterdon Central. Jaz Rovalski is a Seton Hall commit, as you said earlier. Impressive play by her.
You know, I've known Jez for the last 4 years. She's just a great, hardworking player. I always see her in the weight room. She did 4-day this year with me. 4-day is pretty much a program here hosted by Coach Collodi, where really determined athletes who are striving to get better can go work out 4 days a week, just a little bit after school, only waiting about 20 minutes until they can get in that gym. 2:30, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, they're in the gym working on themselves and strengthening themselves for a better team. So impressive work from her overall. Looks like it's going to be turnover, Middlesex ball.
Maybe a foul called on Maggie Scally as she had a bit of a fight with the Middlesex player for the ball.
And then number 2 driving, loses control, passes it out, and a 3. Number 2 on that ball again.
Maggie Scally regained possession, pass it to Jaz Rovalski.
Nikki Constantini looks for Maggie Scally, but it's just too much and too far to Maggie's right. Now a player to watch out for is Jessica Devine, a junior on the Middlesex Blue Jays team, and she is really just scoring points this season. 54 points currently on 2-pointers, and then 21 for her on 3-pointers.
Hunterdon Central is trying to maintain this 2-point lead against Middlesex. It's definitely a very good defensive game by both sides, preventing as many scoring chances as possible. Great job at Hunterdon Central.
Oh, absolutely. And then it looks like that foul was just called on Jez. Rawowski. Travel called by the referee on number 4 on the Middlesex Blue Jays team. That is Lexi Demeter.
Rawowski heading in through center court, passes to Scally.
And then it's out to Bree Mastriano to Nikki Constantini. Nikki Constantini fakes that, tries to travel to the middle. Ends up in Katie Short's hands. Rawowski goes for the 3, just short of the rim. Tips off. Fight on the ground. Middlesex takes it. That's number 2, Divine. She passes for a layup, but just does not make it in.
Possession, I presume, remains with Middlesex as they pointed towards the wall.
And then big outside look for Middlesex. No score there.
Rawowski is doing a really good job tiring out the defense of number 2, breaking her ankles as passing the ball up in the court.
Nikki Constantini goes for a shot there. Not good. Katie Shorts tries to go for the rebound, but looks like Middlesex might have it. Jump ball, looks like it's going to be Nikki Constantini.
Constantini plays for a club basketball program outside of Hunterdon Central, the New Jersey Panthers. Top player there. I know other players for the New Jersey Panthers squad, so it's definitely a great program here around New Jersey.
No, I'm definitely not familiar with it, but Nikki Constantini's done some great work recently, really helping this team out. Now, unfortunately, another key member for Hunterdon Central who is not in attendance or playing today is Bethany Ramos. Bethany Ramos is a sophomore this year, her first year playing basketball, as she had an injury during the season last year and was unable to play. So Coach Casertano, we were talking to him earlier, and he says he's going to miss most Ramos' ability to score as she is on the sidelines today. So kind of an unfortunate situation for Hunterdon Central, but we will most definitely be making the best out of it. Really heads high for today's game, not looking into the past, and just focusing on now. Maggie Scally looks for the reach there. It's going to be Katie Shorts. Nikki Constantini gets it back after a quick little fumble there. Katie Shorts with a save. Maggie Scally under the net, and Nikki Constantini from afar off the rim. Maggie again to Katie Shorts. Middlesex with a nice defense there, really just making Hunterdon Central work for that point.
Like you said earlier about Bethany Ramos, I know her personally. She's such a sweet soul, great person to be around, vibrant energy, great person.
Yes, absolutely. You know, anything like a positive player always contributes to this team, and having that positivity, having that energy from the players is always extremely important when it comes to creating a good team dynamic and getting flow of the game moving.
Cassie Stallwood checks in for Nikki Constantini in this remainder of the first quarter.
And then once again, number 2 on the ball. She's great with the passes it to 20 on the Middlesex Blue Jays team. That was McKenna Healy with the score.
Tie game for Hunterdon Central and Middlesex. Need to get a score to break this tie.
Rawowski. Maggie Scally really strong on the defense right now. She's not giving up anything and very much making Middlesex work for it. That was number 2, Jessica Devine, going for it once again. No score there. Goes Rawowski to Katie Shorts. And then that's number 5, Cassie Stallwood. Only about 30 seconds into the game and scores right there off of the corner. Impressive work from her.
I know Cassie and Maggie that they played field hockey in the previous season. Maggie is known for her defensive ability on the field, and she's known for it in the court. Cassie also plays defensively for softball.
And then that's Jessica Devine once again. Number 2 for Middlesex ties this game up 7-7. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Bree Mastriano on the ball at the top of the arc. She looks to move it. Cassie Stallwood. And then back to Bree Mastriano. Bree Mastriano goes for the 3. Rebounded by Katie Shorts, and she's going to get a foul shot here to try to make it 3.
Yeah, great job by Katie Schwartz, allowing to get Central back in the game, and great rebound opportunity.
Looks like we're awaiting a shoe tie, and then it's going to be Katie Schwartz once again at the top of the box. And she misses it, but rebound by Maggie Scally to Cassie Stallward once again. Looks to Maggie. She controls it. Back to Cassie Stallward. Good movement between the two of those girls. Jesławowski right into the box. Some sloppy shots by Hunterdon Central here. You see it from Jesławowski and then once again by Maxie Scally. Really nothing working for them. Doesn't look like they're seeming to set up the shot, and they're really just throwing the ball up there.
And now a three-pointer to give Middlesex the lead. But like you said earlier, Cassie and Maggie have a really, really good chemistry with each other. I mean, they played field hockey in the fall together, so they know each other pretty well.
You know, and that's the thing about these multi-seasonal athletes, one being myself. I know that these kids, they have that adversity when it comes to playing a sport, and they really just give it their all and everything they have. So whether it's basketball and field hockey for Maggie and Cassie, or I believe Katie Schwartz, she does long distance, so that would be cross country for her, and then basketball, just really keeping their bodies in shape, staying healthy, and grinding during the season.
For sure.
And that was Bree Mastriano with the first of the foul shots. Looks like Nikki Constantini coming in for Jesławowski. And Bree Mastriano's second, no good. But once again, game is tied up, 10-10. Nikki Constantini with the ball, looking to keep it in Central possession. That's Katie Schwartz, goes for the long, but not going to make it. Maggie Scally keeps it in. Looks like Coach Casertano calls for a timeout. Only 46 seconds left in this first quarter. What have you seen so far?
I've seen a lot of gritty effort by Hunterdon Central, fighting for possession every time. They don't let Middlesex try and get to them with their three-pointers. They've been on top of this game for sure.
You know, grit is a great word to describe it. I was actually doing an AP Lang timed writing piece today in class.
Ooh.
And what we were tasked with doing is talking about how grit motivates achievement. So possessing a trait like grit is overall helpful in determining how much someone can achieve. So like being gritful and possessing grit as a characteristic pretty much means being able to persevere, but also being able to be passionate about something. And grit is what a lot of these Hunterdon Central players have. You see it from Nikki Constantini, you see it from Maggie Scally, from players like Katie Schwartz, just really persevering through these games and trying to be their strongest selves.
I had a similar experience back in 7th grade. My math teacher noticed we were not gritful enough, and she made it a very big thing to be gritty in math and to persevere through struggles.
Now a big fight on the ground here in the box on the Hunterdon Central side. Maggie Scally looking for that ball, and it's going to be theirs. Apologies, going to be Middlesex. Middlesex subs in number 20, McKenna Healy, for the last 25 seconds of the game. Number 2 on it. Number 2, Jessica Devine, doing a really great job here, just trying to get that ball to travel and move it forward, get people to push on her on Hunterdon Central, tire them out, wear them out, so she can be scoring some more. Look at her ball movement right there. Passes to 4 on that team. 4 shoots. Air ball.
So close to being a buzzer beater.
Now it looks like we're going to be going back to Tyler Rodriguez for a little bit about the first quarter action and what he's seen.
Thank you, Julia. Yep, both teams here tied 10-10. It's Coach Casertano for the Red Devils, urging his team to be aggressive. Been very disappointed when he's seen some open threes go down from Middlesex, but he's urging his team to be aggressive, attack the basket, get inside in the paint, and be aggressive on defense and try to force turnovers, something he prides his team a lot in, turnovers and then turning those turnovers into points. So he's really been urging his team to be aggressive out there and make sure they match the hustle of Middlesex in order for them to pull out of this game. Julia, back to you.
Is one of our very best commentators here. He really just brings the swag every time. Him and his nice outfits. He's always got the shoe game going. He's got his nice polo. And he is actually an athlete as well here. You can probably remember from this past fall, Tyler is a soccer player, you know. So he'd be hitting up the field, Stewie Field, and getting it going, getting games going. And he's just a really determined, hardworking athlete. Likes to persevere through hard situations, and definitely a lot of good to say about him. A lot of work here from Hunterdon Central, really just passing that ball around, getting something going. Nikki Constantini here with a three. Does not work out for her, but that's Cassie Stallwood with the aggression to get it back. Nikki Constantini again. And then it's going to be Middlesex ball.
Hunterdon Central trying to get back into the game, try to break this stalemate in the second quarter. Let's see what Hunterdon Central can do to prevent Middlesex.
Katie Shorts with some nice defense there, really just using that long, wide arm length to just benefit her. You know, she's pretty tall. Couldn't tell you exactly how tall she is, never stood next to her, but her family's pretty tall. Her brothers both past track and field athletes, and then Matthew Shorts, also a senior this year and on the boys basketball team. There she is with the steal, and she goes for the layup, and she will make it. Once again, that's number 13, Katie Shorts, a freshman.
Great job by Katie Schwartz breaking the stalemate for Hunterdon Central, where there was 10-10 against Middlesex, and now it's 12-10. Great steal by her, great breakaway chance on getting the basket.
Absolutely, you know, anything for an upset in basketball. Upsets are super important in basketball because basketball's a fast-paced, moving game, and it just keeps going no matter what, even no matter how tired you are. So you really just got to work the pace. Nikki Constantini bringing the ball down the court as we speak to Bree Mastriano. Maggie Scally now with it, looking to get something going. Back to Nikki Constantini. Cassie Stallwood wide open there, but Nikki Constantini once again takes the shot.
Nikki Constantini rebounding the ball back into play. Easy layup by Maggie Scally.
Maggie Scally there once again, just like Mariah just said, number 24 for Red Devils, just making that look so easy, so smooth, and making it look like Middlesex didn't even want that rebound.
For sure, and Maggie Scally is committed to play Division I lacrosse at Monmouth University.
That's some news to me, actually. I had no idea, so thank you for telling us that. You know, she's done some amazing stuff during field hockey, during lacrosse, and during basketball. I've seen her during lacrosse season. She's really just her best self, super aggressive. You think she's aggressive on the field hockey team? Yeah, you should see her in lacrosse.
I've seen her a little bit last year in lacrosse. She is definitely dominant. I mean, she plays for Triple Threat Elite outside of Hunterdon Central's lacrosse team. So, I mean, great player all around, very athletic.
Yes, absolutely. And Maggie Scally once again there goes for the shot. She makes it.
That was really great shot by Maggie Scally, using the defense as a screen and shooting it efficiently.
You know, as we speak about Katie Shorts, we see 4 members of the boys basketball team entering. We've got Alec Grinbaum, Matthew Shorts, obviously here to support her sister, and then Ethan and his younger brother, the Diogene brothers.
I also see Nick Vasquez in the stands in the cream sweatshirt.
All some great athletes here, you know. Lots of support. There was a lot of support this Saturday at Mr. B's Memorial Game. We had many girls athletes here in support. Mostly we had the girls volleyball team in attendance. We had girls field hockey and girls lacrosse here in attendance. So it was great of them to come out, show their support for Mr. B, and overall just an amazing event. Mrs. Sponsor did a great job putting that together and talking about Mr. B and honoring him here on Saturday. So that was just really heartfelt and really caring. Shows that we are a community and Hunterdon Central is here to stay together, which was just really beautiful.
For sure, and supporting girls athletics is very important. I mean, recently the Professional Women's Hockey League is breaking attendance records, so supporting girls sports is important.
You know, you're a big hockey fan. Tell me about that.
So the Professional Women's Hockey League has 6 teams, the original 6 being Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Minnesota, New York, and Boston. Patrice Bergeron recently named captains for the Boston PWHL Boston, as they don't have a nickname yet. But Patrice Bergeron, retired Boston Bruins captain, led them to the Stanley Cup run back in 2011 against the Vancouver Canucks.
You know, I'm going to pretend I knew what a lot of that meant, but I really didn't. Not super educated on hockey, but I know that Hunterdon Central has an amazing boys hockey team here. So if you are in the area, got to check that out, like almost every Friday night for them. Super great work against Westfield, I believe, right? Can you talk about that?
So Hunterdon Central defeated Westfield 3-2 overtime. I wasn't there at the game. I was at a Model U1 conference. I've seen a lot of Westfield kids, and I kind of rubbed it in their face that we beat them in overtime 3-2. Kid in my grade, Kyle Easley, got one of the 2 goals in regulation. I think Griffin Myers scored the overtime goal, according to the Instagram post by Hunterdon Central Hockey.
You know, if you ever need a little bit of information on Hunterdon Central Athletics, some great pages to follow, or just the casual Instagram pages for each of the teams, and then as well as HC Superfans. HC Superfans posts a lot about our wins, our upcoming games, to be in attendance, what to wear, the themes. So a lot from them. They're always posting great stuff. No idea who runs it, but that's a mystery that will probably never be solved.
Probably someone who's been a fan of Hunterdon Central for a long time, I presume.
You know, I'm assuming it's a student because it's definitely targeted towards kids in our grades. Once again, number 2, Jessica Devine on the ball, just really controlling the game, telling our team where she wants them and getting the setup correct before she makes a move. And then it's the 20. Maggie Scally with the rebound, and she travels this ball up the court.
What I've noticed is that Maggie Scally is always there trying to get possession for her team. She did the exact same in field hockey. So I think her main skills is trying to get teams on possession, great easy shots, and also great gritty effort in defense.
Yeah, you know, as we speak, Maggie Scally passing it around, getting that rebound, and then it goes to Katie Schwartz. Katie Schwartz with a nice basket there. Super smooth, super clean, just a swish through the net. Back in Jessica Devine's hands. She looks to the corner. That's number 1 for Middlesex. Downs the 3. Number 1, Alyssa Young. Alyssa Young is a sophomore this year, like many on the Hunterdon Central team. Katie Schwartz with the ball again, passes to Maggie Scally. Maggie Scally tries to go up for a shot, no good. Middlesex possession. Devine down the court. Nice defense there by Katie Schwartz as she really just stops number 2's full movement. Rovowski on the ball now against Alyssa Young, the recent 3-point shooter.
First time checking in, Jackie DeVore. A breakaway opportunity by Middlesex. A layup made by them.
And then unfortunately Maggie Scally with the foul there as well on number 2, so she's going to get, apologies, so Devine's going to get 2 shots. No, apologies, 1 shot. And a few replacements in this game. It's going to be Maggie D'Alessandro and then Nikki Constantini coming out for Maggie Scally. And that shot was made. So Nikki Constantini looking to bring the ball back into play. Jezrovowski back to Nikki Constantini. Bree Mastriano. Rovowski looking to see what to do with it. To Katie Shorts. Bree Mastriano in the corner. Brings it back up to reset it to Maggie D'Alessandro. Back to Katie Shorts, the freshman. To the top of the box, to the arc. And then number 2 at it again.
Potential foul called on Hunterdon Central.
Foul called on Maggie D'Alessandro, number 25 for Hunterdon Central. Coach Casartano was not happy about the one. He says it was clean, all ball, no body.
I mean, she was just standing there.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's ref's call. Whatever the ref says goes. Hunterdon Central back in possession. Wabowski brings it up. Really challenging number 2 on defense. Constantini to Katie Shorts. Easy little one and go there. Constantini to Bree Mastriano. Bree Mastriano in the right place looking for Katie Shorts. Just seals the deal.
What I've noticed from Middlesex is that they heavily rely on three-pointers to get them back in the game, while Hunterdon Central is able to make gritty plays in the paint and in the arc.
You know, it looks like 2 just fouls. Maggie D'Alessandro, 25 for Hunterdon Central. A little back and forth between them. We'll see more in the future, I would presume. And then Alyssa Young taking a seat on the bench.
Schwartz with possession, passes it back. Made by Maggie D'Alessandro.
You know, Maggie D'Alessandro is one of our top three-point shooters on Hunterdon Central's basketball team.
Possession is back in Hunterdon Central's hand with Maggie D'Alessandro rebounding it. I think Jazz Rulowski is going to take the rebound from Maggie D'Alessandro.
Jazz just slowly bring this up, giving her teammates time to breathe, get into position, think things through in her own mind. Then a nice idea there. Bree Mastriano on the pick and roll.
Great block by Bree Mastriano, preventing an offensive chance by Middlesex. Way to go. Fortunately, it's called a foul.
Number 20, McKenna Healy on the ball. First one's no good. Second one far to the right of that rim. Once again, Rivlowski. Maggie D'Alessandro goes for another 3, no good. It's going to be Middlesex ball as Nikki Constantini goes for the foul. Goes for the rebound and just can't get anything.
Currently, Hunterdon Central has an 8-point lead to protect within the 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the quarter.
Some good cheering from Hunterdon Central boys varsity basketball team in the crowd tonight.
An unlucky bounce and cuts the lead from 8 to 6, giving Hunterdon Central 24 points over 18 by Middlesex.
Maggie D'Alessandro on the ball. And she gets fouled taking a shot. She will get 2.
With only 31 seconds left.
And the foul was on Jessica Devine. First one, super clean from her.
Increasing the lead from 6 to 7.
Maggie Scally with some good rebounding skills there. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Hunterdon Central's.
Nikki Constantini rebounding it in.
2 steals that up right there like a vacuum. She goes for that layup, and she makes it.
Hunterdon Central need to maintain their 5-point lead on Middlesex within the 14 seconds before the halftime.
And that's going to be all. Both teams looking to get something going in that last couple seconds. Both teams taking shots. Number 2, Jessica Devine trying to reach to the outside for her team and get something like a 3-pointer at the last couple seconds. But overall, 25-20, Hunterdon Central Red Devils in the lead. And we will catch you back in the third quarter after Tyler Rodriguez speaks with Coach Casertano once again.
So joined with Coach Casertano. Coach, up 5 points at the end of the half. Showed some good stuff there. What are your thoughts after that first half?
Yeah, just got to clean up the turnovers. Inconsistent on offense. A lot of chances at the rim tonight, actually. We just got to settle down. It feels like we're just running around with our head cut off a little bit, but we just got to settle them down and obviously lock in on number 2. She's got 12 points out of the 20, so we know she's good. We just got to be ready to help and then not reach on her.
Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
No. Can't hear each other. Yeah. All right, and we are back for some third quarter action. It's currently Jessica Devine on the ball. She passes it to 23 on the outside for 3. It's going to be Nikki Constantini with the rebound. Makes its way over to Cassie Stallwood. Jozowski goes for the 3. No good.
Number 4 from Middlesex was double teamed by Hunterdon Central.
And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, apology, not 1 minute. So Coach Casertano, coming off the court today, looked slightly worried for this second half. He knows that Middlesex is really bound to bring their all, and this will be a challenging game for them. So Hunterdon Central just trying to keep a positive mindset, especially after a really challenging game against Phillipsburg last Thursday. Coach Casertano says that he wants to black out this tough loss against Phillipsburg because he believes that it felt like the team really just did not give it their all and did not play to win that game. So he was really not super happy about that. Slight disappointment there, so he's blocking it out, coming in with a fresh slate for Saturday's game. They ended up winning against Old Bridge and then with one as well today against Middlesex Blue Jays.
Middlesex with a defensive play, turning over the possession. And Jazz Rulofsky will rebound it for Hunterdon Central. No, Middlesex will get the rebound. I stand corrected.
Nikki Constantini works to change the course. And it will be Nikki Constantini underneath the net. She passes it to Bree Mastriano. Bree Mastriano with a layup right there.
Nice basket by Bree Mastriano, making it look easy from that nice pass from Nikki Constantini.
Good little rebound there by Bree. She catches it, knows she's going out, and quickly passes it to Nikki Constantini while in the air. Some good communication and easy working through by the team there. Really just getting things moving and keeping a nice flow of this game.
Game's going to start from midcourt.
Constantini with the ball. Another three by her. You know, a lot of missed shots by her, missed opportunities, and we continuously see her just bring that ball back up. So, not sure what to think based off these last few shots from her.
Katie Schwartz using her height and her reach for the benefit of Hunterdon Central with great offensive possessions from defensive plays in their zone.
You know, I definitely mentioned her defense. That wide wingspan really just helping her out. Only a freshman, and she's really just controlling these senior, junior level players who have been on varsity for numerous years.
For sure.
And that's going to be Jez Rivlowski with a foul there. It's going to be 23, which is Jacqueline DeShields passing it in. Jessica Devine there goes down. Looks like no foul on that call. All ball. Devine passes it to 20. And Katie Schwartz once again with that rebound.
Potential freshman of the year for the Skyland Conference. Potential defensive player of the year. Those plays are what define a player. And Katie Schwartz is a great defensive player to have in your squad, but also a great player to have for your offensive layovers and other shots that you can take in basketball.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of missed attempts here by Middlesex Blue Jays. Really just trying to put things up in the basket, and nothing is clicking for them. Not even with their star player, Jessica Devine, number 2 in the game. Cassie Stallwood moves it. Rulofsky's hands, and then tries to take it up. A hustle back to stay on 2. A nice tip there.
Big block by Katie Schwartz.
Yeah, a nice tip there by her. Then it's going to be Katie Schwartz again on the ball. Bree Mastriano. Number 2 just trying to get a steal in there on Bree. Shakes her up a bit, but nothing too crazy, nothing she can't handle. And we got Maggie Scally back in the game, replacing Mastriano. We'll see what Maggie Scally can bring to the second half action and third quarter. Score is only 27-20. Only 3 points within this first almost 4 minutes of this third quarter. Cassie Stallwood really getting pushed on there. by number 4 and number 23. Referees aren't calling anything, but Katie Shorts will end with a foul shot. She'll be getting 2 shots here. No good for her first one. Toilet bowl around the rim. The Middlesex does a quick sub in. And no good for that second one either. Maggie Scally reaching for that rebound. Takes it to Nikki Constantini. 2 tries to steal it. Constantini takes it back. Ralowski to Maggie Scally. Maggie Scally with 2 points there in the box.
Great defensive play by Nikki Constantini and getting it into the paint for Maggie Scally. Way to go, Hunterdon Central. And this game has been tight. Both teams are top in basketball, and they want to make sure they're preventing as many offensive chances from each other as possible.
You know, there's always challenges with mistakes players can make, but it's not about the mistake you make, it's about the recovery afterwards. And Constantini just proved that when making mistakes, she can have a great recovery afterwards, and that was shown right there through Maggie Scally's basket. And that's number 23, Jacqueline DeShields for Middlesex with a 3-pointer there. Just keeping that game close, no more than 6 points apart. Rolowski there again, no good. Cassie Stallwood goes for it to Maggie Scally. Maggie Scally again with 2 points in the box. You know, Hunterdon Central has been doing some great job just moving this ball around, finding the opportunities, finding Scally, finding Rivlowski, and just getting these shots in the basket. Another 3 there for Middlesex. They're really just taking advantage of their shooters who can make these 3-point shots consistently and putting them to use. Game is only 5 points away from each other. 5-point upset for Hunterdon Central, alike when we started this third quarter. They're calling a travel on Scally. Not sure. Couldn't exactly see it. Official was in my way.
The similar hand sign is charging in the NHL. So I think it's just a cool connection.
Ovowski to Stallwood. Stallwood to Scally. Scally drives into her signature spot, the box, and downs a 2.
Scally succeeds in the paint. The paint is where most of the shots from her are coming from. This needs to be prevented by Middlesex if they want to succeed.
And she just keeps doing it over and over again. As soon as she enters this third quarter game, just 3 baskets right there, 6 points. And once again, Jessica Devine there, number 2, pink shoes for Middlesex with 2 points on the board, as well as 1 foul shot she's going to be given the opportunity to take. Hunterdon Central subs in Maggie DeLisandro, a senior this year, as well as 23, Jacqueline DeShields for Middlesex.
Very tight lead.
And that is good by Devine.
Like I said earlier, this is a very tight lead Hunterdon Central must maintain. Middlesex is very known for their 3-point shots, and if they take one, possibly they'll be 1 point away taking the lead.
Absolutely. You know, basketball is a tight-knit game, especially when 2 strong offensive and defensive teams are facing each other. You never know what's going to happen, and every point counts. So getting those 3-pointers at the end of the game is the difference between a win and a loss. It's going to be a jump ball for the Blue Jays. Constantini coming out, Scally back in. Devine bringing the ball down the court, just seeing her options, getting her team to communicate, talk to each other, see each other's open space. Number 10 at the top of the paint. And Devine for that three. And just like that, the game is once again close.
Hunterdon Central needs to keep this lead. It's only 1 point. I predicted it.
Rolowski, DeLisandro. DeLisandro trying to look like get something going. She brings it to Katie Shorts. Katie Shorts, 2 fouls. Apologies, a foul and going to be 2 shots for her. She didn't make these 2 baskets last time. Let's see if she can do it under the pressure. Only 39 seconds left in this third quarter. Game is 33, Hunterdon Central 32, Middlesex trailing by 1. And she gets that. It's going to be 2-point difference now. And Shorts delivers on 1 of the 2, 50% rate there. DeLisandro to Shorts again. Rolowski in the corner, no good for them. 4 with a breakaway for Middlesex. Stops the play, stops the movement, allows the team to reset. 17 seconds left. Devine looking at the clock to see what she can get going. And it looks like she's just gonna hold on to it to the last 3 seconds. Maybe go for a large shot. Good defense there by Central. Does not allow an opportunity. And Scally attempts to go for
Half-court shot
the buzzer
attempt.
there, but no good for her. All right, and we are back for the fourth quarter. Going to be Hunterdon Central ball. Mag DeLisandro to Jez Rolowski. Katie Shorts in the corner. And that's
Jackie DeVore.
That's going to be Jackie DeVore for 2 shots off of the foul. And she sinks the first one, putting Hunterdon Central back into that right direction they need. 35-32, 3-point upset. Very necessary for this team, as Middlesex's #1 scoring method is 3-pointers. And 1 of the 2, 50%, not bad for her.
Hunterdon Central is going to be back on possession through a jump ball situation.
And DeLisandro tries to work her way through. Middlesex gets a hand on the ball, but nothing to stop them. Rolowski passes to DeLisandro. No good by her. Gonna be Middlesex.
It's a very, very close game. 1 3-pointer can tie it up.
Middlesex with an attempt there for a 2-pointer. No good for them, though.
Maggie DeLisandro will pass it into Jaz Rolowski, who I notice is a very big playmaker and a great point guard type of player for this team.
Both of these girls, Rolowski and DeLisandro, both pretty solid point guards, really great at controlling that ball, driving through the paint, and getting their teammates to just get something going, get open, and get a play. Maggie Scally called for another travel. That's 2 within this second half. Not her best work, but We'll see what she can pull together. And it's going to be a 60-second timeout called by Hunterdon Central. You know, Mariah, what do you think these coaches are talking about, both for Middlesex and for Hunterdon Central?
For Middlesex, is their way they can get themselves back in the game. For Hunterdon Central, I presume, is to prevent turnovers and also prevent Middlesex from taking the lead, in my opinion.
You know, you can hear Coach Casertano talking from over 50 feet away, and you can hear the movement he's talking about, trying to get open, get control, get Maggie Scally open, and get these tough players just to get open and get space so that they can get something going and passing within this last 7 minutes of the game.
With only 10 seconds left in the timeout, Hunterdon Central needs to maintain this 3-point lead or capitalize on this lead that they have to prevent Middlesex from upsetting them.
And the game resumes. 6:53 on the clock. Hunterdon Central with the 3-point lead, 35-32. And it's going to be Middlesex on the ball to resume the game. That's 23, Jacqueline DeShields. Waiting for a shoe tie by Cassie Stallwood. Some good passing from Middlesex. Must have been something their head coach was talking about. Just back and forth between Devine, DeShields. And that's 4 for Middlesex. That would be Lexi Demeter trying to get something up. Nothing really working for them. Rolvowski most likely using the advice Coach Casertano had given. Nothing for them. Devine just booking it down the court to number 1. It's going to be a foul called off of Bree Mastriano, 35 for Hunterdon Central. Alyssa Young, a sophomore and number 1 for this Middlesex team. Just looking to challenge Hunterdon Central's upset. Get this scoreboard to 34 against 35. And then just awaiting the official, talking with a scorekeeper.
This is a nail-biting game.
So Middlesex going to use this extra time to talk with their coach and really just get some words out there, get some wisdom going. Some confusion between coaches, officials, and athletes. Devine passes it to 4, back to Alyssa Young, back to Devine. Devine to 23, DeShields. Constantini with the rebound to Scally, back to Rolvowski.
Hunterdon Central has great defensive players that can convert onto the offense for the, I would say, for the neutral zone of the basketball court. It's a great asset to have on your team. Players like Katie Schwartz, Maggie Scally, and Nikki Constantini, who can change your defense into offense in a snap.
You know, absolutely. We see it in Scally Constantini. Just every single rebound they are eating up. Devine back on the ball. Devine trying to set up something new. Pick and roll there by 20 to DeShields. DeShields with the 3. Game is tied 35-35. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left. Middlesex just getting really excited there. They know that they are back in it. This was what they needed all through DeShields, and that 3-point shot by her. Something you definitely have to be aware of when playing this team. Scally in the corner tries to get it to Katie Shorts. Nothing. Devine steals it, but Katie Shorts just tips it out of her hand.
Some very, very spirited chants from Middlesex screaming defense. Notice and
And Devine looking for where to place this ball. It's to 4. Back to Young. Back to Devine. Resets. Now got to be careful. DeShields 23 is just right on the outs, not really being guarded too heavily, which is always dangerous for Hunterdon Central, as DeShields has just been banking every single 3 she's put up. Devine goes for 1, no basket. Rolvowski just holding up, number 4. You can hear the Middlesex coach shouting back up to his players. Constantini on the ball, back to Rolvowski, to Stallwood. Back to Constantini. I think Constantini is hesitant to shoot after the amount of missed attempts. Katie Shorts with the rebound there. 12 points from her today. And then Rolvowski just looking to get someone, either Scally or Constantini. It's going to be Red Devils calling a timeout.
this is a very, very good very good game to watch. Seeing both sides playing well, and hopefully Hunterdon Central can pull out the win. That's my only hope. I hope they win.
You know, this game is getting really tight. Don't want to jinx anything about the score, but believe only 3 minutes, 30 seconds left, maybe 4 minutes left in this game. Score is tied 35-35. You can tell both teams want it. Devine aching to get something going. Rolvowski just tearing up the court with her ball movement. Both coaches look somewhat distressed. Devine is speaking to her teammates right now. She's sharing her thoughts, what they can do to improve and to stay powerful and get an upset in this game. Hunterdon Central taking the court. And it's going to be Hunterdon Central ball. Nikki Constantini into Rolvowski. Shorts. 12 points by her. Rolovsky. Back to Shorts. Shorts stops quick. Constantini. Nothing. Complete air. Scally on the ball. Tipped out by Middlesex, but it's going to be a Hunterdon Central ball. Once again, Maggie D'Alessandro coming in. Hunterdon Central's 3-point shooter coming in for Cassie Stallwood. Cassie Stallwood, the junior. Maggie, the senior. Constantini to Rolovsky. Back to Constantini. Constantini looks for a layup. Can't make it. D'Alessandro. Constantini working the ball. Back to Roloffsky. And then D'Alessandro had a chance to bring it up. Doesn't. Maggie Scally with the 2 points. 37-35 upset for Hunterdon Central. What do you make of that, Mariah?
I'm super impressed by what Hunterdon Central did on this amazing scoring opportunity. Maggie Scally and Katie Schwartz are now tied in points. Great effort by these two and the whole team especially. They've been working through this tough, nail-biting game for the crowd.
You know, both coaches back and forth timeouts being called, 30-second, 60-second, only 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. I think both teams are getting pretty nervous, can't anticipate the outcome, and they know that they are swimming in treacherous and dangerous waters.
There's only 2 minutes left in the game. So much basketball can happen, but there's not much time left.
This is why basketball can 100% be named one of my favorite sports. It's fast-moving. It flips every single few minutes. You really never know who's going to be on the upset in each quarter. And there's always new moves being made, strategies being talked through. And hopefully we can see through Hunterdon Central winning tonight's game. It's getting close.
For sure, and similarly, hockey is super fast-paced, and that's also why I like basketball and hockey. They're super fast-paced sports, so I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Both Maggie Scally and Katie Schwartz, Hunterdon Central Red Devils, 2 top scorers tonight, 12 points on each of their names. Let's see if they can get anything going. Divine, Young, Constantini with a steal there. Tries to hold on to it. Get it to Rivlowski. Maggie D'Alessandro looking for the ball. Looks like a foul is called on number 4, Lexi Demeter. Roloffsky on the ball. Our point guard for most of the game tonight. D'Alessandro. Another foul called. Foul on number 1. Lexi Young. Apologies. Alyssa Young. Roloffsky. D'Alessandro just traveling with it. Constantini tries to get something up. No good. It's going to be Middlesex on the ball. And subbing in. Apologies, there's going to be another timeout. Once again, just more back and forth between coaches and players, just trying to get in some strategy, some talk. Also just giving these players a break. They are probably really exhausted, and these timeouts are really beneficial in the last 5 minutes of the game when every second on the court counts.
Basketball is a game of stamina and endurance, and these timeouts are definitely helping regain their stamina and endurance throughout the game.
1 minute and 20 seconds left. Buzzer's been called. Timeout is over. Hunterdon Central with most likely one of their last huddles.
There's only 80 seconds left in the game, but so much can be done within that span of time. But you're working against the clock if you're Middlesex.
And it's going to be 23, Jacqueline DeShields passing it in to star player Jessica Devine. Jessica Devine moving pace quick to 20. 20 back to Devine. Devine tries to travel through, but Maggie DeLisandro is going to get called with a foul. Good thing there was no shot on that foul, so no point opportunity there, but still is a challenge Hunterdon Central will have to face. Ball's back in to Devine. Devine passes to 20. Devine just traveling through all these girls, but 300 Central girls there to rebound it. That's Maggie Scally with the rebound. Rowalski just trying to escape these two Middlesex players who are quite literally double timing them. It's going to be a foul on number 4, Lexi Demeter for Middlesex. So that is a huge advantage for Hunterdon Central. Some good work there by Nikki Constantini to keep this game alive and keep Hunterdon Central just inches away from this win. 41 seconds on the clock. Mariah, any words to just explain what we are feeling, the tension in the room?
I'm currently very nervous right now. My hands are a little sweaty watching the action. Nail biting for sure. I don't know what to say. Just the nerves.
The nerves, you know. Hunterdon Central through and through, always rooting for Hunterdon Central to win, but this is very nerve biting for sure.
Ooh, my heart. Palpitations. 41 seconds. It's definitely a tense moment for sure. That's all I have to say.
And it'll be Red Devils to inbound on offense. Maggie DeLisandro with the ball.
With Rowalski, Mastriano, and Scally and Schwartz on the court.
That's Maggie Scally holding on to it, trying to look for a good spot. Bree Mastriano on the ball. It's going to be... And calling 4 again for another foul. Lexi Demeter seems to be 3 within the last quarter, so a lot there by her, but beneficial to this Hunterdon Central team. Bree Mastriano tends to be pretty solid on her foul shots. And there's the first. 38-35, super important for Hunterdon Central. Middlesex is known for their threes. And then the second, 39-35, Hunterdon Central in a lead. They're both all rushing back to get on defense. They know that every second counts. Bree Mastriano there, open shot for 20, Healy, but no good for her. And then once again, Devine with the foul on Rowalski. So it's gonna be a shot for her. Let's see if she can sink it. Only 18 seconds left in the game. Rowalski on the shot. And it's good. She makes one, she gets another, so here's her second. And fortunately can't make that second, but only 15 seconds left in this game. Hunterdon Central is looking pretty strong. Most likely gonna be her. No 3 there, although Devine made the attempt. DeLisandro just trying to hold on to it. 2, Devine goes for the grab. 6 seconds left in the game, and it's gonna be DeLisandro on the paint.
6 seconds left. Hunterdon Central has a 5-point lead. I think they got this in the bag, hopefully.
I would assume. And that's one for DeLisandro. Here's her second. And she makes her second. 5 seconds left in the game. Divine accepted her face, passes at 23. No shot at the end. Great turnout for Hunterdon Central, 42-35, a nail biter at the end of the game. Stay tuned, it's going to be Tyler Rodriguez interviewing Maggie Scally. That's the junior and player number 24 with 12 points this game.
Tyler Rodriguez here, joined with Maggie Scally. Maggie, you had 12 points tonight. Usually you do it defensively every game, but tonight did it on the offensive end of the floor. How'd you get it done out there tonight?
It was really my team that helped me a lot. Like, they looked for me, and they got me the ball, and then that really just helped me, like, score and finish. And, like, they were so, like, motivational and, like, yeah.
And you were without Bethany tonight. How difficult was it for you guys to pick up what she usually does, scoring the ball on the offensive end?
She is such an offensive threat. So, like, we really had to work as a team and, you know, like, just make up for the points that, like, she would have scored.
2 wins in a row for your team. How are you guys feeling right now after coming off 2 really good wins after a really difficult loss against Phillipsburg?
We're feeling really good. You know, the Peaburg loss really, like, it wasn't fun. But, like, these past 2 games have been so much fun, and I feel like we've really worked well as a team. So I feel like it's an uphill climb from here.
And what's your goals for the rest of the season now, coming into the business end of everything?
You know, we just want to keep that win streak going and just, like, keep playing our game, like, keep up the chemistry and keep working well together.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
And once again, that was Tyler Rodriguez with Maggie Scally. Maggie Scally, 12 points and multiple rebounds off tonight. Really impressive work from her. Overall score, 42-35. Hunterdon Central with the win against Middlesex. And we hope to see more from them later. Thank you for joining us from the Fieldhouse. I'm Julia, joined with Mariah. Good night.